Before I get started, huge shout out to Jeremy Johns for inspiring me to get this game. If you're out there watching this video, I am a huge fan of your channel first and foremost. This game was fun. Cheesy and stressful, yes, but fun nonetheless. Here are my reasons as to why. Yo, what is up, my Cinedroids? G to the S here. Today, I'm going to be reviewing a game that spiraled a bizarre controversy against the congressmen when they first released the game on the Sega CD, and also the game responsible for creating the ESRB rating system that is still used to this very day, Night Trap. The 25th anniversary re-release that I played on the PS4, that is. So the basic story is that there's this group of 5 teenage girls who are spending the weekend at the Martin home. As a member of the Special Control Attack Team, or SCAT for short, the player's job, meaning both you and me, is to monitor the home and protect the girls using an intricate system of cameras and traps, as it is being invaded by a horde of vampire-like ninja-esque enemies known as augurs. And they use these dangerous weapons that suck the blood out of our main heroes so that they can become vampires themselves. That's gruesome on another level. So our job is to trap the augurs whenever they invade so that Special Agent Kelly, played by the late Dana Plato, and her friends can have a peaceful sleepover. That's all there is to it. But is that a bad thing? Well, if we want to travel back in time to the early 90s and ask the congressmen if they had played the whole thing themselves, even if they say, I don't have to, it's trash anyway, then we would say to their stupid, snobbish, egotistical faces, in the words of Jeremy Johns when he reviewed this game,
feelings are real, but they're not always reality.
Someone needs to put that on a shirt. I'm gonna quote that on a daily basis from now on. Well said there, my guy. I do agree with you on that. Feelings are not always reality all the time, but they are real to them when they play just a few minutes of it. This game's like over half an hour long. Like the way you're watching a cheesy sitcom episode. Right on the ranks of Mary-Kate and Ashley or Full House or something. It's meant to be a parody of classic horror films like Dracula or Night of the Living Dead. But in terms of execution, it works in this game. Also, in terms of the game's use of live action camera work and cinematography footage, in the mix of the game's set design, I love that it has this late 80s, early 90s vibe to it, which coincidentally enough was the time period that they filmed for this game. Crazy, right? And I heard that it took months to get the timing right for certain scenes on where the augurs would get close to the traps, and I would have to trigger it just at the right time. Or when the characters are reacting to when they see the augurs come into their room, and I have to help them out by trapping them at a certain time, without trapping the girls who are being attacked at the same time. I would imagine how time-consuming it must have been to film at the time this was being made. But they pulled it off. And I would have to give kudos to Digital Pictures for their hard work and dedication for filming certain story beats so that the player can interact with the environment. And speaking of which, sure, I get that people said that the gameplay is tedious and repetitive when it comes to this game. All you're doing is that you're sitting in an office and you have to go through certain surveillance cameras to trap the augurs, who are the ones that are invading the Martin family house. Kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's or something. But you have to remember, this came out way before Five Nights at Freddy's was a thing. So I guess you can say that Scott Cawthon took the inspiration of the original Night Trap, where he pitched the idea of a scary looking Chuck E. Cheese, which the animatronic animals come to life during your night shift, and you have to check through every surveillance camera possible so that the characters would not kill you by the time 6 a.m. hits. If that ain't a proper comparison on which game is similar, then I don't know what is. Because in my opinion, I don't find the gameplay repetitive at all. In fact, I've never experienced this type of gameplay before, if I'm being honest here. And I gotta say, for me, when it comes to trapping the augurs at the right time, when they get close to the trap that the SCAT team has set up in the house, it actually makes it a fun experience. And the way the traps were set up and triggered was so impressive to watch. I love the fact that they actually built those traps for us, the players, to ignite at the right time. That creates this sort of realistic authenticity to this game, which is always needed for any game in general, not just this one. And in terms of acting performance and character character development, sure, I get that James Riley's direction coaching was overacted back when this came out. I get that the characters don't get that much time to shine for most people. But you also have to understand, they do actually have available screen time. You just chose not to listen to their conversation because you're just so fixated on those augurs who actually look like your average typical neighborhood robbers invading your home and raiding your stuff. And you are this game's version of Simple Safe, basically. Not a sponsor, but I'm just saying. Also, yeah, the acting performance is super over the top, but it makes it all the more fun for a video game like this. It's one of those games that don't take their concept way too seriously, and they can actually play around and have fun with their concept. So yeah, the congressmen can take their feelings for this game and shove it up their you-know-whats. But it's not a game to take way too seriously. It's more of a turn your brain off and have fun with it type of game. And you know what? That's A-okay by me. In fact, I looked at a couple bonus features for this game, and they have interviews with the director, the filmmakers, the developers, and the cast for this game. And none of them think that this game is as horrendous or disgusting as the congressman claimed to think so. So if there really is a lesson to learn here when speaking that much negativity towards this game, is that you cannot let the haters get to you. Just ignore them and they will eventually leave you alone. Plain and simple. But if I do have one problem with this game, it's very minuscule, but I just wish that this game would go on for a little longer. It's a super short game. But still, is that something to be complaining about? Overall, guys, in the end, sorry if this seemed like a lengthy review, but I had a ton of things to say about the 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap. Like I said, it had well-crafted set design, fun and likable characters, cool-looking traps that you can trigger at the right time, creative stories, simple gameplay, great graphics, compared to the Sega CD version, and impressive camera work for its time. In short, I had a blast with this game. And as a result, I rate the 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap that I played on the PS4, played on my PS5 as well, a solid 5 out of 5 stars. It's stressful and confusing, sure, but it's still a fun game nonetheless. Please pick one up for yourselves and play it. You won't be disappointed. So, the 25th anniversary edition of Night Trap, available on Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Steam. Have you guys played it? If you have, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Answers down below, please. Also, if you like this video and you want to see some more, make sure that like button shines in your face. That'll totally help me out a ton. Also, share it with your family and friends and favorite it. That's a very good way to show support for this review. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and ring that bell right next to you so you can be notified of future videos that I have in store for you. Also, if you want a shout out in a future video, just follow me on my Instagram page and I will choose one of my Cinedroids to be displayed as a shout out. The link's in the description below. Also, you guys don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if there's a rare chance that you are interested in doing so, there's a little join button down below the video, just right next to the subscribe button. If you click on it, not only will you join my YouTube membership program, but you'll also have access to loyalty badges, custom-made emojis I created for myself, week early reviews that I post on this channel, and a special shout out from yours truly. So if that's something you're into, click on the little join button down below the video and become a member. It doesn't cost you much. It only costs about $2.99 a month to join. But make sure you click on it and become an OG Cinedroid in no time. Also, I set up a Patreon page for you guys to check out as well. There will also be a link in the description so that way you can visit my page and gain access to up to 4 membership tiers. On my page, I post reviews a week early before you get to see them post on this channel. I'm also planning to do nerdy fan polls, book audio reviews, and also full-length movie/TV show commentaries, both audio and visual, on my page as well. So if that's your cup of tea, if you guys are interested, go to the link below, become a patron, and let's get to know each other a bit more. Also, if you want to subscribe to my gaming channel, there's either a link in the description or at the icon card at the top right corner of your screen. Go over there, subscribe, and let's just have fun together. Also, if you guys want to subscribe to my GS Productions After Dark channel, where I review movies, TV shows, and video games that are strictly not for families, there will also be a link in the description so that way you can check out that channel if you're feeling frisky. But until then, I'll see you next time. Peace out.